What's today about?
Today is we wanted to give a bit of an update because things have been a little slow on our channel because I'm pregnant now, and that slows things down. As it turns out, it's
Lots more naps required.
it's a tiring experience. So we wanted to give a bit of an update on how things have been going because there's some stuff that's been like challenging, very, very challenging. But everything's good.
Everything's good.
Which is the spoiler alert. Omar, did you not know this? I'm pregnant. That's very exciting.
She is.
Yes. So
yeah, there's been lots of intense moments, lots of lovely moments. It's been, the whole spectrum. It's a wild ride, but a wonderful ride. And yeah, we're very, very happy to say it's going well. So,
yeah, we are like beyond grateful that things are still cooking away really well. So should we just if anyone, by the way, has any questions about us and things and how things are going, I don't know if you've noticed this yet, but we're pretty open books. And if anyone is totally new to this channel, we've been sharing our IVF journey. So there's heaps of videos that you can go back and watch. If you like watching videos, which I mean, I assume you probably do because you're on YouTube right now. But yeah,
fair assumption.
If you have any questions, put them in the chat, and we will either talk about them or we'll be like, no, actually, that's way too personal. I don't think
you'd have to ask
anything too personal. Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, do you want to talk about how have you been feeling in yourself of late? Have you been doing okay?
Unwell. Yeah, it's been like mentally unwell, which has been a surprise part of this journey.
Mentally, emotionally?
I guess that's the
same sort of thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Sort of. I mean, there's been a lot of crying, but we'll get
there's a reason why. Not a terrible reason, just a part of anyway. I'll not ramble about that.
You're allowed to ramble. People who loves a Nina McCann ramble.
But
it's fantastic.
Yeah, there was a sort of a Claire took.
Let's begin at the beginning.
Yeah, see? Okay. Yeah. See, that's why I can't ramble into
it. We did our most recent update. I think we were at 12 weeks?
13, I think.
13 weeks. And we just had our first trimester scan. And it was we got to see the little heart beating and the little baby looking like a sweet little alien. And then things were all looking good. And then I had some bleeding and a whole bunch of pain happen at around the 15-week mark. And it was just such a super scary weekend.
It was a fantastic time.
It was not fantastic. And I think I want to talk about that because it's because people should not be afraid to get checked
and seek help and talk about it,
Yeah, if stuff is feeling weird, and if you instinctively feel even if your symptoms are not super extreme, which mine weren't, and actually when I called the hospital and said, should I come in? This is what's going on. They were like, keep monitoring it and see how you go. And then I fortunately have a friend who is a gynecologist. And I told him about it. And he was like, you should go to the hospital. And so I did. And I got to wait in emergency for 10 hours that day because all of the doctors were not well. And
it's an interesting thing, though, when you're asked to wait in emergency as well. It's that thing that you have to remember is, that all of the medical or the workers or the nurses and doctors and staff are doing everything they can and are probably at capacity. And if you're not getting called, it's probably maybe it's not an emergency, so that's a good thing, like that. It's really hard to have that sort of,
you're not a top level
Yeah,
emergency,
but
which
it's
I guess
hard to
is
stay calm when you're sitting in emergency, I think. Yeah.
and it just becomes a bit of a time warp. But I was thinking there's a possibility that maybe I'll be there for a while. I didn't know what was going on, so I brought Netflix with me, which is a great choice.
Claire made friends with some people in the waiting room, and they swapped juice for some nuts or something, didn't you? Because no one could leave the waiting room.
I went to the vending machine at one point, and I really wanted some salted peanuts, and I kept on pressing the wrong thing over and over again. I pressed the wrong thing. It was so annoying.
Baby brain.
And then I pressed the right thing, but I did buy like a whole swag of nuts.
And I would have been there, except I was here with the dog.
Yeah,
because Poppy can't she can't be going into emergency. She'd be far too excited by everyone.
Yeah. So I ended up having some scans, and they revealed that I had like a shortened cervical length, and it was like 1 millimeter off of needing surgery. And there's like a lovely little operation that can be had where they just stitch the baby in, which is pretty full on.
And you haven't had to have that?
I haven't had to have that. But yeah, it also revealed like signs of potential preeclampsia, which we didn't realize is the chances of that are like hugely increased when you do IVF, and particularly when you're using donor sperm, because it's like something that your body is going like, what is this like that's inside of me, this foreign thing? So like sometimes it takes a little bit of extra medical attention when you're doing IVF, even more than we knew about. But
and it was great because Claire's friend, who's the gynae, was saying, it could be nothing, but it's also, if it's something that's crucial, if it's picked up early, then you can almost certainly treat it and work with it. Whereas if we ignore something, it's probably, it could end up being something that didn't need to be as awful as it was, so just having that confidence to say, hey, something feels funny, you'd rather a doctor say to you, no, it's okay, you're fine, than like, they're not going to say, oh my gosh, can't believe you're worrying about spotting. It's like, it's fair enough if that sort of stuff. So yeah, it was really, really good that you had that support, well, obviously from me, but also from a professional like friend.
So absolutely good. And I just I just think that's so important, and that's something that I have really learnt, I guess, over the past couple of years, when my appendix burst at the start of last year, and it wouldn't have gotten so bad if I had questioned the diagnosis that I was initially given, which was, go home, you've got bad gas. And that was a pretty big lesson in, just because somebody is a medical professional doesn't necessarily mean should always believe, like take their word for it. Listen to your body and your instincts. And that's the thing, like we called the hospital and I was like, I feel like something's wrong. And they were like, you'll be right. not quite, but like, I think probably a lot of people would hear that and just go, oh, well, if they're telling me it's not that big of a deal, it's not. And like having a short cervix can end a pregnancy. So
if left unmonitored.
So it's something that kind of I feel very, very lucky that we were encouraged by this friend to go and get it checked.
And then as a result of that,
I was given, turns out, 4 times the dose.
Not by the hospital.
Yes, by the hospital.
Oh, I thought it was from the chemist. I thought they wrote it wrong. Anyway.
No, the script was written wrong.
We live on.
The script was written wrong.
But 4 times the amount.
4 times the amount of progesterone, which is like...
So Claire took what she was directed to take and had 4 weeks worth in 1 week. So that's a hormone. progesterone, and it makes you feel everything really intensely.
It fixed my cervical length
Yeah,
though.
so that's great.
So I had follow-up scans a week later, and they were like, "Oh, everything's looking normal." So that was either potentially a misread on the first scan. Omar is asking if he can ask his favorite
Yes,
question,
please.
which absolutely,
Sorry, let's stop looking at
100%.
minutes for a minute. That is a question, you're right, Jennifer. Oh, hi,
That is a
Shannon.
classic teacher response, by the way. That is a question. You've asked your question, Omar. That's
You
it.
can ask whatever you like.
Ask whatever you like. So I went in for the follow-up scan. It was either an incorrect initial scan, which is like bizarre but possible.
Mhm.
Or it's that the medication really did its job. And progesterone is not something that you can overdose on.
It plateaus, does it?
No, but it is something that if you're taking a whole bunch of it, so they assured me that the baby would be fine, I would be fine, there wouldn't be any long-term effects, but it can certainly have an effect on your emotions, which it definitely did on mine. And yeah, it's the kind of thing that apparently it takes like 6 weeks for your body and your brain to adjust to a massive shift in progesterone levels. But yeah, it's so I'm still getting used to it. But this week I haven't cried every day, and I was just having during that time I was having such full on anxiety. Because I have also been told I can't really do very much.
Yeah, so Claire's going to be quite restful, just as a precaution, not on bed rest, but just sort of precautionary measure. So things like having a little 6-month-old golden retriever puppy. For Claire, who loves dogs, obviously loves our dog and loves dog walking, was a dog walker for over 10 years, and she's not allowed to walk our dogs, so that's a bit rude for her, but that's okay.
Pretty
she
brutal.
gets lots of pats still, lots of love from Poppy, our little doggo. But yeah, she's just got to be aware and listen to your body and those things, and you're doing a great job of that.
I can't be doing any heavy lifting.
Definitely not.
I can't be doing things that are super strenuous because I'm still being monitored and have another follow-up scan in 3 days to see if things are still leveled out and looking good. So and I'm on that medication for the rest of the pregnancy, which is fantastic. And
I'm wondering so what time is there? Is that your favorite question, Omar? I love that.
That is Omar's favorite question. Yeah, so we are in Adelaide, South Australia, and the time here is 9:46 a.m. on Christmas Eve, which is, of course, the most wonderful day of the year because who comes tonight? Santa Claus.
We know who.
He's going. It's so exciting.
Oh, best friend.
I love Christmas.
We watched a fantastic Christmas film, by the way, last night.
Oh my god!
If anyone hasn't watched it, A Boy Named Christmas.
A Boy Named Christmas certainly made me cry.
I wept also.
What is everyone's?
I was laughing because I was like, oh my gosh! I was like, Claire will generally cry in most films and episodes of almost anything.
Oh well, if no, that's not true. Touching.
But no, of course, yeah. But you sort of are moved to tears quicker than I might be.
Yeah,
I'll be feeling it, but not quite in the sob. But oh my goodness me, great film. Not like sad, like just beautiful. You got to watch it. You got to watch it. Maggie Smith.
Yeah,
say no more.
Maggie Smith, who I believe is Maggie Smith.
Amazon does deliver here.
Wow. Shannon,
is this a throwback to you doing your?
Suggested I name Tolling Christmas, and I'm wondering if you've seen A Boy Called Christmas, because that's great.
Is that a throwback to? Is this a vlog?
Yes, I think this is a vlog. Is this a vlog? I don't know. Is this a vlog?
It might be a vlog. Still not clear on what they are.
Yeah, and Amazon does deliver to Adelaide. I think Amazon delivers pretty much everywhere. It's,
probably. I'm sure there's an island somewhere.
What a service.
Other than Australia.
So Well, what were we
Babies.
up to?
What do you need to talk
Baby.
about? You got a baby bump. We can feel the baby.
The baby is there. Oh,
Tiny
yeah.
little
I want to
baby
talk
bump.
about
It's cute.
how all of the things that I had as like a result of not being able to do stuff, which I mean, I'm so bummed out that I'm not allowed to do very much housework. It's so, but I'm obviously not like who
She
likes
actually is not that. Yeah.
it's a thrill to not have to do housework.
Not that
But
you. Yeah.
I
Sure.
was when I was first on this medication and my brain was adjusting to being on 4 weeks worth in 1 week.
Bit of a bowl of jelly.
I was just getting so paranoid, and I'd like be laying on the couch and I'd look up at Nina and I would be like, it was like I fully felt like I was having like a full breakdown.
Claire, just because I'd be like making dinner and she would be just feeling so useless and bad and, I'm so sorry I can't help and all this stuff. And I was, I'd just be cooking happily, like probably whistling, like quite cheerful.
And I'd be like,
Claire was like,
she's whistling because
gonna
she's
leave
angry
me."
with me.
Like,
Yeah.
it was just interesting for me. Obviously, I just felt bad for you and had to take a lot of deep breaths myself because it is hard to, when your partner is going through so much, you obviously start going through a bit more too. But it was just the overwhelming feeling for me was just, oh my gosh, poor Claire. Like I couldn't, it was just
Poor
so
Claire.
hard to, you poor, like just seeing you have these really real feelings and experiences and it's like a idle Tuesday and we're cooking dinner and it's all good, like for me in my brain, I'm like, everything's sweet.
Yeah.
There's the tinsel up. It's nearly Christmas. La la la. Everything's nice. And then it's like poor Claire's going through this horrible thing because of all these hormones running through her head. So you did well. Deep breaths. You got through it.
I would like, and it's also you've just been told something that's really scary.
Yeah.
Like you like the fear that is always there of like, are we going to be able to? Am I going to be able to finish cooking this baby? And then there's this thing that happens that's like, maybe not. And maybe you're going to need surgery and maybe this and maybe like all of the maybes that like I'm naturally, or maybe not naturally, but I do live with a bit of anxiety anyway, like at the best of times. So like having that information and that information teamed with all of the medication was just like, oh my goodness. The Creator Classroom says you don't cook babies, which I beg to differ because the bun is in the oven, right? Bun in the oven? The bun's in the oven.
Claire's body's an oven, right?
What do you bake babies? Maybe you bake babies. But yeah, it was so full on. And then all of the things that I had in place to help my general mental health and well-being during pregnancy, such as prenatal yoga I have been doing, and also I was so excited to start prenatal aqua aerobics. The aqua aerobics, because I've always thought, oh gosh, that looks fun when you go for a swim and you see people like doing that stuff.
And also like getting out and walking the dog. We live near a river, a really beautiful little river, and it's like Claire had said, oh, it's gonna be so good to just be able to take Poppy for a little walk and get my sort of, half hour in of exercise. Like even that.
And I can go for little gentle walks by myself, but I just can't have a dog.
Yeah.
Potentially pulling me around. Yeah. So like all of this stuff that I had set up to keep myself well was like, you can't do that at the moment. And I'm sure I will be able to soon. But tell you what, it's real good to have a therapist. And it's really, really good. Like I'm so grateful to have her in my life. It has been very, very helpful. And also having a partner that I can like actually talk to about all of these feelings and hecticness that's going on in my brain, and family like, mum and dad, been amazing, and everyone, and like lots of beautiful content creator friends who have been checking in with me, and like it's been so, I do feel super supported. And I think that's something, like being able to talk about it and go off to the bedroom, have a massive weep, and then just be like, I feel crazy, rather than keeping it inside of your head and feeling crazy. And I can't imagine. Oh, there's a very cute little Murray magpie out the back door.
Buddy.
So cute. So yeah, that's kind of, and things are looking much better now, which is good. And I don't know if that's because of all the tinsel and the Christmas tree and the Christmas movies and the Christmas food, because I love Christmas. But yeah, things are going heaps better.
Yeah.
We tomorrow will be 18 weeks, which I think is
it's Monday tomorrow.
Is 18 weeks halfway? Are we halfway?
I don't
Baking
even know.
this baby?
Oh yeah, and we've had some clarity on that. Thank you, Jennifer. So on the stove is cooking, and the oven is baking.
Oh,
so you're baking the bun in the oven.
Okay. Yes, I'm baking the
Alright.
bun in the oven. That's hilarious.
Baby bake.
You people are all great. So what do we have? What? So what
I
do
want a
we,
magpie.
so what do we
They're
have?
such cool birds. Hey, Shannon.
Yeah, magpies are awesome. And Murray magpies are like a magpie but tiny, and they're beautiful. Yeah, so I'm halfway, but we want 38 to 40 weeks. Okay, yeah, cool. The more baked, the better.
That sounds like you're talking about something else. Anyway,
what else is there? Yeah, I guess, like, how have you been?
Is
I have a
Omar?
pregnancy
So what do we
motivator
have?
now.
Is that as in asking about the sex of the baby, or? So what do we have?
Know.
I don't know. We're not finding, if that is that question, we're not finding out until Bubbaloo pops in to the world, out of the womb realm into, no, anyway, once the baby's born, we'll find out the sex.
Yeah.
So that'll be good.
Because there's
a
like
good surprise, bit of fun.
With the IVF, like we've known,
yes.
we've known since the baby was. Did you see that you'll be seeing Omar in real life next year? No.
Cool.
Omar,
let's have a gamble.
What?
Oh, sorry, I just saw Shannon's
so much going on in the chat.
There is. It's very exciting.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so with the IVF, there's, don't you look at that right now, Nan.
Okay, I'm not looking.
Listen to me, be with me. Be present with me, Nan.
I'm looking down the barrel. Down the barrel.
We've known everything the whole way along, like from literally
lots of information.
From when our baby was 1 cell to 2 cell to 4, like to 6
We've
to
been watching
100 to whatever. Like we have known so much information the whole way along the way.
Sorry, I just saw Elmer stitch with Sarah.
Yeah, we actually have no idea what we're gonna call this baby.
But this is a good.
But this is a good option.
Good option.
Really good possibilities.
Solid.
If anyone has any suggestions for baby names, let us know.
Shannon started a bet. She's saying it's gonna be a boy.
Okay.
So we can just have a nice little gamble. I like it.
Is there a way we could set up like a
Not
gambling
that I'm a big
thing?
Gambling advocate, but you know what I mean.
If anyone who's a content creator knows of like an app that we could use to like start some gambling.
Sports bet.
Sports bet. No, but I want it to be something that
we don't need to start. No, we're not starting an actual.
Where the winner takes
jackpot.
Half and we take half of the jackpot. I think that would be cool.
Where's the money coming from?
From the people.
Oh, everyone betting.
From the gamblers.
See, that's how much I don't understand gambling. I don't know. I like a good bet though. It doesn't have to include money. You can just talk about it. Be like, I'm putting 50 grand down. You know, like just high rolling, just pretending it's good.
Yes, so we have been we have had I'm sure that somewhere someone in a lab knows if we're having a boy or a girl, but every single time we go for a scan, which is a lot more regularly than most people because there've been little extra complications, but we at the start, we say, just so you know, we don't want to know what we're having.
Yeah.
And we're also just like so happy and so grateful to be having a baby that we're kind of like, who cares? But also what a fun surprise on the day.
Yeah. And yeah, some of our, lots of friends and family have had babies, and like say my brother, for example, they found out, him and his partner, they found out the first, oh no, they didn't find out. I think the first, they've got 3 kids now. So I think they didn't find out the first 2, maybe. I think they found out the third. I can't quite recall. But anyway, he said it was just such a fun thing. And ever since then, I've been like, oh, if we get to have a kid,
he said also like all of the staff in the hospital, because most people find out these days.
Oh, yeah.
Like they were so excited to be the ones that like were there when the parents found out, which is pretty cool.
Cool. So cool.
Babies. So cool. Babies.
Is there anything else pregnancy-wise that you wanted to update the world on?
Is there anything I was saying about? Does anyone have any questions? Did anyone know the
word casino comes to mind?
See a question mark. We've done that.
You're seeing Omar next year?
We're seeing Omar. Omar, when are you coming for the birth? And also Omar said,
do a live stream. No, we will not.
Omar said somewhere little known fact, but they did IVF as well.
Oh, cool.
That's awesome. That's amazing. And now Omar has a beautiful little 5-year-old. That's so cool.
Awesome. Yeah, it's such an amazing thing. It's such a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Yeah. Omar likes Sydney on the first name, and Adelaide's Shannon says Adelaide if it's a girl.
We actually know an Adelaide.
Do we?
Yeah.
Who? I mean Adelaide, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. Adelaide in Adelaide?
Yeah,
how do we feel about that?
Dave's partner.
Oh, it's great. It's a great name for someone born in Adelaide. It's great. Yeah. Send us your possibilities in the comments section. Give us your ideas for names, because we seriously are like, oh, what should we call our baby? Tinsel? Should we call it?
No, we're not. We get very silly when we talk about
call it Pretzel.
Was the donor a prominent YouTuber? I like it. That's good.
Oh, hey, Mary. I would say the donor is a prominent YouTuber.
Are they?
Yeah, ish. Cool. Yeah, definitely. In their
on social media platforms. Let's say that.
Yes.
Let's say that. Certainly around.
The donor is prominent. And also thank you so much for being here, Mary. Awesome to have you here. Wow, so many suggestions.
Oh, Rufus, New South Wales. Yes.
Where? What?
Great.
Rufus. Rufus, New South Wales. What a fabulous suggestion. I think that's all. Do people want to see Poppy? She's having a nap right now, but
do you want to go get the dog?
Well, I think that if we have the dog in the thumbnail, we can't not have the dog in the video. That's just false advertising. That's clickbait.
I'm excited. All right.
That's such a good suggestion.
Pops? She's been sleeping for a bit.
Yeah, she's a good girl. I think people would honestly, they'd probably unsubscribe if we didn't show Poppy in this video at this stage. Oh, she's so cute. She's such a good girl, and she's going to be 6 months old in 4 days, which is just totally mind blowing. Yeah, Nina Omar has confirmed that if she's not in the video, it is definitely clickbait. Shannon says no Poppy, blocked and reported. Oh, very good. You're all great. Hurry her up. Oh, there's this whole thing about let sleeping dogs lie or whatever. What does that mean? Like, is that actually something are you supposed to not wake dogs up? Because we wake her up all the time when she just looks so cute and she's having a little nap or something. We're like, oh, little cutie. There she comes. There she is. Oh, get her up here. Here she is.
Hi,
She's much bigger than she used to be, but she's still only like
There's a little face.
50% of the size of a. There it is. There it goes. There it goes. She's just done a fart that I've heard. Yeah, I just heard a little fart come out of her.
There we go.
So yeah, she's becoming such an awesome dog.
She's a big baby.
And so much easier than she was in the beginning when she was just sick all of the time. And she's well, and now she eats things like turkey and yeah. So there you go. How much? So her last weigh-in, which was like a week ago, she was like 13 kilos, which like I asked in this Facebook group. I asked in this Facebook group of golden retriever owners how big everyone else's golden retriever was at 6 months, and they're like 27 kilos, 30 kilos, all of this sort of stuff. Katie's here. Hey, Katie. Look, Katie. Hey. Get Poppy up. Katie will want to see her for sure. So I can't carry this dog anymore because even though she's half the size of a lot of golden retrievers, she's
Poppy, speaking to the microphone.
Do some ASMR stuff. What? I don't lick it. No one licks it.
She's like,
except for Poppy. Is that good? Does that sound fun? Yeah, so even though she's huge, she's actually really tiny. And we're glad that we made this decision to get this dog. She's good. Well, yeah.
I think that's good.
What
do you reckon, Pops?
Thank you everyone so much for following along with our
She's really listening.
baby making journey. It's been so just so lovely having the support of everyone. Yeah, it's awesome.
Thanks everyone. Hello everyone.
Now we're gonna go
Thanks,
get
everyone,
ready
for
for Christmas. Nina's gonna cook
she's stolen my pillow. I was like, why am I so small all of a sudden? She's
so lovely to see you. So lovely to see everyone. Thank you,
Merry
everyone,
Christmas,
so
everyone.
much. Have a fantastic Christmas or whatever holiday it is that you celebrate.
yeah, every kind of holiday.
And we're looking forward to more updates and more things and more joy.
Wishing you all wellness and goodness. Mwah.
Bye.